And being 7 o'clock, January 24th, 2023, a conservation meeting with myself, Ed, Kim, and the first thing on the agenda is 31 Ocean Ave, Grady Consulting, notice of intent, removal of existing asphalt driveway to be replaced with gravel.
What's happening, Paul?
How are we doing?
Good.
Thank you, members of the commission. My name is Paul Dacus from Grady Consulting on behalf of the applicant J. McKinnon Company. Here to present a notice of intent for removal of an asphalt driveway and actually replacement with loam and seed. This was the result of an enforcement order previously at 31 Ocean Ave. The applicant proposes to remove the asphalt shown in the shaded green area, which was previously a driveway. The resource area that is near this associated work is an inland bank. It was delineated by South River Environmental, and we would also propose a silt fence, at the bottom of the slope around the proposed work to help with erosion and stabilization.
Now, is there an intermittent stream on the other side of the road? I know I'd seen it on some map before.
So there's, when we surveyed, we did notice there is some sort of channel here. There was a culvert here, and there's a culvert here, and so we believe that there's also a manhole there, that there's a connection underneath as well. In order to perform this work, we're not impairing the physical stability of the bank. We're improving the groundwater by removing an impervious surface, replacing it with grass, which they existed there previously. And that's it. With that, I can answer any questions you may have.
When do you plan on starting the project? If this get approved?
I would have to check with the applicant of that.
Okay.
If there's a preferred time of year to do that to help with the growing. Is that something that could be put in the order of conditions?
We think you have to, because in winter time, I don't know. We like to get it done as soon as possible,
Right. I'm agreeable to whatever you guys feel. Kim, do you have
That's an
any
idea where you
thoughts?
went.
With just removing it and filling it with the dirt and such, I would assume that would be okay, and then seeding would have to start in spring. And just for growth, I would assume. I mean, that's how any of the residents would do it, or we do it on our own properties, so. I mean, our health agents.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, you definitely
One thing
can't-
I just. The thing, if they do it right now, I just don't want a big mud pile there, and who knows where all that will go.
So for
Yeah,
this-
because he does have a small postage lot.
Yeah.
And with the intimate stream and with the pond right there, Ed makes a good point.
So maybe just do it in the spring.
Do it in the spring, everything at once, yeah. Kim?
Where his last email said he was no longer living there.
Yeah.
And I doubt that Paul would be able to answer these questions. It would be, is he renting it? We're gonna find out that he's gonna have to give notice to a tenant, and all those types of questions too. Because if he's renting it, then there's a whole different set of laws that he would have to follow, and we'd have to respect those too. And this has been ongoing for so long that, and it's also in court, that,
I think we went in court already, right?
yeah, we've already been to court.
Yeah, so.
So, I mean, how long can we put off court and continue to extend the court case and all that too? You
Is
know
it
what I mean?
extended? I thought you paid a fine.
Court case already went,
Already all set?
yeah, all set. So
Okay.
for this, how about if we just gave a date then? Like ask them to have it done by a certain date.
March 31st? I thought so, or is that too soon?
Probably, because still have
Too
snow on the
soon.
ground in March. How about
I'd say
May
April
1st?
20th? May 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have everything
And
completed. And also just have him, when he has, you said he's putting the erosion control around.
Yes.
If he can contact conservation so we can go out and take a look at it before he starts the work. And then just have the work completed by May 1st.
so do the order of conditions to be done
December.
by
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
May. Taking notes
Yeah.
for my meeting minutes. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Order of conditions to be done by May 1st,
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, it is going to contact conservation to look at the,
House
prior to doing the work.
Has to contact Concom prior to work starting for control measures. Mm-hmm. And then, you guys know, because I wouldn't know, because that would have made a quorum then, if I knew about the court case.
I didn't go. I was just-
Me neither. I didn't go either. Can you update us for the meeting minutes, Kathy, on the court case?
It was just that, well, I know, because it wasn't on our agenda for tonight to talk about it.
Okay,
But we could talk about it next meeting.
okay.
Yeah.
Court case settled and
Yeah.
extended
Yeah. But
to,
anything else you want to add to this that you could think of?
I do believe he's renting the property. When we were surveying the property, I spoke to an individual, say he's a
Yeah.
renter, but I don't have any
Okay.
details of the terms of the agreement or anything
But-
like that, so.
But I'm
Yeah.
hoping that if we're giving him that much notice ahead of time, he can discuss with the renter and let
I
him
still
know.
feel there's, based on me being out there and performing the survey of the property, there should still be sufficient spaces for parking for the renters.
Okay.
and then, do we want control measures? I know that the intermittent streams now is dry, but do we want control measures put across the street too? For the Riverfront Act and things like that, if there's water in it, because we don't want
Is
anything.
that someone else's property across the street?
I think it's town property.
So there's a paper street, but the head wall is located within the paper street.
Because we don't know which way that intermittent stream goes, and if it's going underground, like Paul said, I don't want to see any sediment things from the project be washed into the road, hit the intermittent stream, and then if it is full, then have it go and still make its way to the pond.
I'm not sure if I think,
As long as they stay on to do
they
what
say
they
on
have
that
to do on
side
their
of
own
the road.
property.
I think they should be okay,
Okay.
in my opinion.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no
good question. Because I think there is the intermittent stream on the other side.
Yeah,
But
so, because I know if it does flush or there's a way that the neighborhood is going to call. 30 Ocean Ave will call, and others, even on the Halifax Hanson line, will call it.
But you're gonna be picking up the debris and you're gonna have a container right there on property
So
to
we
just,
put it right into a truck.
right into the truck and take it away. So there won't be any debris sitting there? No, okay. Any other, does anybody here have questions? No. Anybody wanna make a motion? then?
I put a motion that we approve the notice of intent with the conditions we mentioned.
And second,
Wait a second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All
Thank you,
set
Paul.
then.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't have the form to sign unfortunately, but we will
He
get,
hasn't told me.
we have some May 1st. So I'll have it all signed by the end of the week.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, right on time.
We can do bills.
Now we're at 7:10.
You want to do the 7:10? Okay.
No, according to mine.
Oh, 7:09, there you go, you're right. Okay, so it being 7:10, 30 Orchard Circle, land planning, notice of intent, construction of an addition with an in-law apartment.
Good evening.
Oh,
Stephen Ryan with Land Planning. Here on behalf of the Gillespie's who own the property at 30 Orchard Circle. And their parent, and Laura's parents would like to move in to the in-law apartment to propose to build. So they've got an existing home, which you see here, with a garage and a paved driveway to the garage. The property is approximately 5 acres, but there's really 2 acres of upland area. So there's a wetland line here that comes to delineate in the field. So we've marked that out, that's delineated in blue, the flag numbers, as you can see. Then we're showing the 50-foot no disturb area and the 100-foot buffer zone in yellow.
Okay.
plan. So the
So-
proposed addition they're looking to put on is 25 by 36 with a farmer's porch on the front of it, and that'll be on the northerly side of the property, which is the left-hand side if you're looking at it from the road. And that'll be set back a little bit from the front of the house, just to keep it from being
That's
a
the
big
existing house though.
square looking.
It's going right through it already.
So the addition's gonna be 900 square feet on the first floor, and then 900 square feet in the basement finished off. So the addition at the top is gonna be basically for the homeowners, and the in-law addition is down below. And it's gonna be a walkout in the back, there's gonna be a patio, a stone patio with a stone wall around that. And we're gonna tie in, it's an existing walkway out to the front door of the house, we're gonna tie a walkway to the front entrance of that addition as well.
Now, is any of this in the 50-foot no-touch?
Yeah, there's a portion of it that is, and we've requested a variance for that, based on the addition they wanted there, and the fact that we can't really put it on the other side.
With the pond.
Location to the property line and setbacks. We're asking for a waiver for the structure of 46 feet. And then we're gonna ask to put a grass strip around the outside edge of it so they can maintain the building. So that would, the existing tree line is shown here. And so that would, some of the grass area is already within that 50-foot buffer. But we're asking to widen that a little bit to be able to maintain the structure once it's in.
Excuse
Is there
me,
any way of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
you said 46 feet, correct, for the waiver?
Yeah, 46 is for the building itself, there's 43 to the patio stone wall, and the grassed area would actually end up being 34 feet.
So you'd be going
43
16
for the-
feet into the 50-foot?
And
Yeah, but some of that is already grassed, so it's really only a 6-foot difference between where the grass is now and where we're asking it to be.
Is there any way of making the project smaller so you're not going into the 50-foot?
I think they really wanted to stick with the 900 square foot. It's a small area for 2 people to be living in as it is. Coming from a decent sized house down to this, so I'd really like to keep the square footage the way it's shown.
Did you go in front of the planning board or the board of health on this?
We're gonna put an addition on the septic system in the front. It's just gonna require 1 trench. So we're in the process of filing for that.
so you haven't been in front of the Board of Health or Planning yet?
Oh, I've talked to Bob
Okay,
Valerie about 2 months ago about this, and he's, just indicating whether we need to go out there and do a soil test or not. We've already done a Title V inspection, so we know the system passes, and we're just gonna be adding on to it, and he didn't think we needed to do a soil test, so we're ready to do that. So, and also what they're asking for, there's a number of large trees in that area. A lot of them are big pines that are kind of too close to the existing structure as it is, some of them. But with the addition, they're gonna be even closer. So they're asking to take some of those trees down. We've delineated the ones that they've knocked out in the field, asking to remove those.
So so some of those trees are already in danger of hitting the house already? Like, 'cause
They're large
existing
enough
house-
that, and the big pines, which are more likely than others to come down in storms.
All those trees eligible to hit the house or just a few of them?
I would say at least half of them are big enough that they could hit the house.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, Jim Walters, 26 Orchard Circle. So the next door to this house. Where's the rainwater gonna go? The runoff. And the reason I'm asking, and just to be clear, is the house that's to the left of my house has a large in-ground pool on a mound of dirt that has all the runoff going back behind my house and has created I would call it a loose leaf bog that mosquitoes and other irritants live. So if this is gonna add to that, you know, is that okay? I mean, I don't know. My question is now the water may be redirected to the back of my property.
Yeah, so that's,
Excuse me one second. What number, Orchard Circle?
26,
And can you spell your last name for me, please?
Walters, Walters.
Okay, I apologize. I thought you said something else.
No.
Thank you.
so that, based on the grades you've got out there, this is your house actually right here,
Yeah.
it's shown on the plan.
Mhm.
And the addition is even further back than your house is to the roadway. And the grade is such that all the water's flowing to the back of their property into the wetland area. So it's, you know, everything basically from the road back is flowing in this direction. With the exception of a little bit on the front side.
I mean, I'm not an expert on grades, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
thinking,
know who's-
what's the height? So you're saying the water be heading to the back left of the property?
Yeah, it's going to the, as it is, it's going to the back of the property, to the wetland area that's in the back of the property now. It's not gonna change. And it's not gonna reach your property because you're further up elevation wise than where that's draining to.
Right, but so at the back of my property is where the water settles. Because I can look out my kitchen window and see the change in the terrain, just the darker area from where the
So-
water is soaking it up.
You don't want to create a man-made venom
What?
pool or swamp or add to the arboviral diseases in town or any extra irritants to the neighborhood or your own property.
Well,
Correct.
if that's something that could be remediated, then, you know, whatever they need to do that. So it was there when I've only been in the house for maybe 2 years now. So the water in the back was already there, right? And this, I don't know, I just imagined that it would, you know, create even more water. But again, if it could be adjudicated, remediated in some fashion, okay.
So you're looking for the board to consider any potential order of conditions
Yes.
if we see something? Okay.
And again, you're just talking about 900 square feet of roof area that's
Yeah.
gonna be added to the property. That's not a large amount.
I know, my only thing is just,
Especially on a 5 acre lot with, that's already got a vast wetland in the back.
yeah. And my only thing is that you going 16 feet into the 50-foot no touch.
And the board hasn't allowed anyone to go into the no-touch and to stay consistent with that. I'm also not comfortable going
Well, I
into
know-
the 50-foot no-touch.
I can tell you that you have in the past,
We have in the past, yes.
for sure. I know garage we did, which is much closer than that.
In the irrigation wells inside the 50, it looks like on...
That's an existing irrigation well.
Yeah.
That's
No,
where it's
just-
located.
Well, how about if we go out and take a look at it?
Yeah.
Look at the trees too.
And
see which
also,
trees
like,
you want to take
once you're
out.
doing the project, we can ask for it. I know this is under an acre, but some type of runoff water plan. So it won't affect the neighbors when you're doing this whole project. You know how things go.
Okay,
You know.
so you'd like to take a look at it in the field,
Yeah.
and you haven't yet?
We have not yet, no. Would either of you want to go out and take a look, or?
I'd love to go out and take a look and
Yeah.
then, is that something too we can ask Mary to do, where she's per diem now? where
Is
you
she
brought her
put in
back?
now?
But that's what you said, you were
Oh,
gonna
I said I
bring
was
her
gonna
back.
talk to her, but she,
Oh, okay, she's here, we can ask
Oh.
her.
yeah, she wasn't, as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay.
In any case, if it's a time you want me to meet you.
What
Yeah, I was
time-
gonna say-
Yeah, what's good for you?
You just tell me what'll work for you guys.
What about you, Kim? I'm available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe, this week.
During the week's better for me, if that's possible.
Friday,
Friday's good, as long as it can be after 9 AM.
okay, I got something going on at 9 actually myself. So, say 11 o'clock?
11's perfect.
Okay,
We'll meet you guys there then.
all right,
Alright,
thank you.
So, are you coming too, Kathy?
No, I have to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. So site visit
No.
Saturday.
So, then you want to continue this to February 14th?
Yeah, I put a motion, we continue this to February 14th.
And
Lovely
second?
Valentine's Day.
Are you bringing us flowers, Ed, and chocolates?
I can't afford that.
I'm just
on a
kidding.
set budget.
So Friday the 27th?
Yeah, and Friday the 14th at, I don't know if we have anything already on the 14th.
Right
It's-
in 2014, over half of the year, because I'm all cracking
Yeah.
jokes. And continued
Can
What
we let you
time?
know what
to-
time? Can I call you and let you know?
to 14.
On the 14th?
As far as the time for the 14th?
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, or email, whatever it's easier.
Okay, thank you. And we'll see you on Friday.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your input.
Yeah.
So I have a question, because there's only 3 of us on the board. Do we, and we'll have time to do it, do Ed and I have to post a meeting that we're going out for the site visit?
Because
No,
it's
it's
a
only
quorum.
2 of us, it's not a quorum.
But it
No,
is,
it is a quorum, because there's only 3 of us.
well, there's 4 of us and for the full board. For the full board, there's 4 of us.
Technically, we have
So
5 on the
2 is-
board
yeah,
still.
So no,
Okay,
but if there were 3, you would have to.
okay, just making sure.
Okay, thank
I
you.
wasn't,
Yeah.
No, I
No.
understand.
Okay, so for being
Okay.
7:20, is that all right?
Yep, 7:22, okay.
720 Highland Circle, Webby Engineering, peer review, went to Ecosystems Solutions. So, is anybody here for Zero Highland?
I'll check
Webby
out.
engineer?
I'll
See, this-
check. He doesn't appear to be out there either.
Okay.
I'm here for, as an advisor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got a couple of butters
We do.
here.
Yeah, we were just
And
waiting for,
I have updates for Zero Highland Circle too.
Okay.
I know with the letter that came in from the abutters, I reached out to mosquito control. I also spoke to Naja, and they're gonna get together and work together to at least address the mosquitoes and apple concerns. And he's gonna allow mosquito control to do a walkthrough and different things. He was very,
Cooperative?
cooperative wasn't the word I was looking for, but yes, and he would like to meet the abutters and hear from them personally, and he's open to that.
okay.
So everybody knows that he's open to discussing things with you. He's not just trying to be difficult or other things. And he was very easy to talk to, very open to everybody's concerns, and willing to work with all the agencies and different things involved that already are working there and decide to see if what he did submit the first time he was in front of us versus if there might be different changes after he speaks to them. I know you guys were here when they explained it, but like when he spoke to mosquito control, like if they needed bigger piping or if there was a better way to do flow or if this or that could be done, he was open to it, you know.
Unfortunately, Webby, did he contact you, talk to him this?
I have not, so, because right now we were here today to look at the peer review and that does not seem to be, so we might have to
You wanna-
continue this.
Sure, go
Okay.
ahead. Take some time.
I'm Mike Thomas, 10 Harvest Lane. First, I don't know why you would be here.
It could be
could-
confusion with,
It could be, yeah.
yeah,
just could be just
Webby's
a
pretty
I
good.
attend a lot of
Miscommunication, it could be.
So I'm just concerned, gravely concerned about moving any wetlands, doing anything to conservation.
I will,
They're there for a reason, to protect wildlife. It's not just mosquitoes, what else is living behind there that I hear every night, that need to be protected. And I know there's other land there that is behind him, several pieces that I think he has other plans for that could be easily used for his retreat lot. So I just think this all needs to be looked at very
Yeah,
carefully.
and we're
And
going to.
I'm more than happy to meet with him. I know the family, extended family, I know them well, and I really would like to hear what he feels is appropriate to provide for us
And the neighbors, the
and the
neighborhood.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're going to continue this to next meeting, so
The next meeting is when?
the 14th, February 14th,
And that's a Tuesday?
and that's a Tuesday. So,
I'm sorry to come
I'm
in.
John Bedell. I live at 165.
Excuse me.
I also own Zero Highland Woods, which is a 19-acre piece that abuts Najas. So I have a bunch of concerns with this.
Okay.
Basically, my first question is, how can this even be considered, this application, because it's incomplete? There's been no studies done at all. How did he choose the replication area?
well,
You don't
it
even know
hasn't
that
been,
it's gonna work. There was
it
no
hasn't been a-
hydrology,
It had-
there was no hydrology done,
Yeah.
it was zero.
So
But so
the first thing we did was request a peer review study.
right, so we're
And
waiting
that's
for
what
that
we're
now.
supposed to be discussing tonight, but Webby's not here. It has not been approved yet.
Yeah, so
I
so
mean, it's, the application.
just because they apply for that does not mean it's going to happen.
No, I
So you
realize
have
that, but
yes.
the application is.
He's saying it's incomplete.
He didn't
Okay.
even submit the
Yeah.
forms that he needs
That's
to
right.
submit
Oh,
for
okay.
the notice of
Shouldn't even be here
intent. Literally, I mean, there was no background work done at all. All they did was say, I want to put a driveway here, it's gonna take up 5,000 square feet, so I'm gonna reproduce 5,000 right here. There was no background work done. We don't even know if the site's gonna work. It abuts my property, therefore, he's taken 100 feet of my property right off the bat because they're gonna put a wetlands right adjacent to the property line. So
Well,
he is
yeah. That is likely why
inevitably
it's not gonna happen.
taking my property.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
I don't even know how we
Okay.
can even submit an application when it's not even complete.
yeah. But, I think all these are good points that you bring up, but I just feel like we should probably talk about it next week.
This was
Our next
bought,
meeting.
literally, I bought my piece of property back in '99 when Highland Woods was developed. They turned around, rezoned all the property. I bought it from Larry Salters. He was the original developer. And basically, he punched out a 20-acre piece beside me, and then he left a 17-acre piece there because it was totally landlocked, couldn't get to it, it was totally worthless to him. Naja ended up picking it up, and literally he's trying to build a house back there, and I mean, literally, he is gonna totally disrupt the wetlands by doing what he wants to do out there. I mean, I walked the wetlands, I have videos on my phone right now, I'm in a butter, so I walked the property line. Literally, I was in water up to here, and that was 2 weeks ago. And we're not even in a really wet,
Right.
I've seen it way wetter than this, way wetter than this. I mean, the wetlands were flagged in October during a drought, okay? It's just, there was no work done.
One of the good things we did was get a peer review, so whatever happened before is irrelevant, they'll do their own wetland lines.
I mean, they're gonna start, I mean, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it right, and he's gonna start from square one, and, I mean, literally, do it the way he's supposed to do it. And then, literally, the town has to decide whether or not we wanna start letting 5,000 square feet, the maximum allowed by the state, to get filled in for one home in the town on a non-conforming lot. That's not.
He was looking to
Replicate.
replicate it, he wasn't looking to fill it in. So,
Well, he's gotta fill it in to get back there, he's gotta put his driveway in, so he is filling in the
He
wetlands,
can-
but he's gotta put his driveway
Yeah,
in.
and I want to be clear, I've been in politics a long time. I
Is that a good thing or
understand-
bad thing?
It's both. So I'm very concerned, this needs to be done with full transparency.
Yeah.
Because this person is a selectman, and it needs to be done with full transparency with all the improvements needed to move in wetlands. I think it's even absurd that it's being considered. That's why we have them and for protection of the environment. So I think it even being considered without everything done already is absurd. Just, that's my opinion. I'm not saying anybody's
A lot-
wrong
I
or
mean-
right. I just want full transparency.
So I understand that,
Before I bought
and
my
just
house,
because Mr.
I pulled all the
Nazarella,
Underwater groundwater, the aqua purifier. to see
And I'm not
which
saying
way
there's
it
any
flowed,
wrongdoing, I'm
because
just saying
I have
I'm
a
full
well. I'm
transparency.
1,000 feet off the street, you know?
Full
I mean,
transparency.
I'm not,
how is this going to affect my well?
so
Okay.
I just want to say on record, just because Naja Nazarella is a selectman, does not mean that the bylaws, state laws, and everything else will not be followed. And it's kind of an insult that it would even be,
Well, I'm saying
even
it.
said that any of the boards would lean that way.
I'm just saying it, so it's open and honest and transparent. And I've seen politics for years, so you can say that.
Okay, well, I'm
but
not a
When I see
politician.
it, I believe it. So
But it
I'm just
does
saying,
sound
I
like
want
an
full
application's-
transparency.
It does sound like an application's been accepted before it was even complete.
It's not, yeah, I mean, he,
That's-
there,
that's
he
okay.
does
We'll
not
take a
have
look at
any
it.
of the data to
Okay.
support his application. I mean, according to DEP guidelines, he doesn't.
And just so on the record, I'll be watching every step of the way.
Okay, I'm
No,
glad.
that's fine, and that's why we asked for the peer review study and everything to be done by this board correctly, and this board has no control over what the other boards may or may not vote on. Because he still has to go through planning, the ZBA, and everybody else, not just conservation.
Alright. I'll be taking over the rest of the meeting. You gonna
No,
fill?
no, we can't, I can't, because.
No, I will.
Okay, yes,
You okay? You want me to get up?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
So, any other questions that anybody have?
At the last meeting, they were gonna submit the engineering report on how they had determined that the driveway only needed 2 culverts. Has that been submitted?
We're waiting for the peer review, so nothing else
No,
is being done
This
until
was
then.
information that the engineer had volunteered to submit. That
Okay, I
they
have
said
not,
that they had already produced this information, it was
Okay.
just, and they were gonna give you the information.
I have not seen it yet, doesn't mean they haven't submitted it, but I have not seen it yet.
And my next question is, the peer review, it just hasn't come in yet?
No, well, we don't have, we thought Mr. Webby was gonna be here, but there
So-
might have been some miscommunication.
But doesn't the town do the peer review? No
We
one-
did.
So
Why would-
can we know what the peer review said
So
right
if
now?
the
Why
town
can't we,
paid for it, why
No,
don't they have-
we were gonna present it to us tonight.
But why would they be presenting something that the town paid for?
The town
No,
doesn't pay
town
for it, the
doesn't pay
applicant
for
pay
it.
for it. We choose the engineer and the
Oh,
application.
okay, I'm sorry.
The applicant pays for it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood
Okay,
that.
so again, we're just waiting for
So,
that, and we
and
will,
with this being short-staffed, having no conservation agent, and we don't have
Secretary.
secretary, it was actually the Peggy and the Board of Health that did all of our administration work for us. So it did go in, it went through correctly. And
Okay, no, I
now
just
we're just,
misunderstood.
now we're just playing the waiting game on having the correct information presented to conservation, being able to read all the documents.
I have another question. He needed to get a right-of-way through his father's property, just to get access to this, this building, well, this lot, before it, so isn't he putting like the cart before the horse? If he doesn't even have access to this property to build a house, because he doesn't have the right-of-way, he was assuming he could use the same driveway as the solar field, and I guess that's not allowed. So is that, does he have to get approval to not have a driveway, or?
That's not us, we don't approve
We
driveways.
don't approve any of that,
Right.
that's all the planning board and ZBA.
But shouldn't that be first before he even comes
I mean,
before
he
you?
needs 3
you know?
variances by ZBA before he can even think about doing anything. I mean, shouldn't that come before he comes before Concom? No. What's the order?
Some of these, go ask the selectmen, because we've asked the same question, and the prior boards before our new board hasn't been able to answer those things. So, sorry, I can't answer that one for you. We've asked the same questions, and hopefully our new board of selectmen will give much better guidance than previous boards.
yeah, okay.
When this, so they're gonna present supposedly on the 14th, is that?
Correct.
And is that the first time that the peer review will be available? I mean, will you get a copy of that, so
Yes.
the public can, see it through the Freedom of Information? Like, will we see it before it gets presented, or do we have to wait till after it gets presented?
It wouldn't become, I don't think it becomes public information until it's actually
Till the meeting.
turned into us and to the meeting.
Yes, so
We'll
you're
get
welcome.
to
So
see
it's not, you
Yes.
guys don't even see it until it's turned into you that night?
Yeah,
Yeah, correct.
And then you will have that copy so that.
yes, and you can look at it.
For review.
Yeah. Hey, I am gonna continue this to the 14th, and you are all welcome to come then, if you'd like. I can have a motion to continue this to the 14th?
I make a motion to continue Zero Highland Circle until February 14th. Do we have a time?
Say
Say
7:15.
7:15.
7:15, and then a lot, I believe we have people in the hallway too for this property. Okay. But I'm going to assume that the neighbors will all talk and there'll be a lot more people next time. Do you think that we should invite, not invite, that's the wrong word, request the Great Hall? So we have
We
enough
can look
room?
into it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be.
Okay.
Okay, no, because I know, and I believe there's another property that will come back up again that will have a large
Okay.
crowd, so I want to make sure everybody can hear, everybody can see, have your questions answered to the best of the ability.
Yeah. And the only other thing too is you can look at the website when the agenda goes up, because we don't have, in case there's something else already scheduled for 7:15, it might be a little bit later, but it will be on the 14th.
Make sure we
Okay.
schedule a decent amount of time
All
to
right.
to stay on track.
Did you put that motion forward yet?
Oh, I put a motion forward to continue Zero Highland Circle to February 14th at a time to be announced.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming out. Sure, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, being 7:30, 550 to 561 Ponset Street.
Excuse me, John.
Request for certificate of compliance.
Can you repeat your last name for me? For the
No, B-A-D-O-T.
B-O,
B-A-D-O-T.
Okay,
thank you.
All right.
okay, so this is an easy one.
This is only a 30-second one. We
Yeah,
did
I'm
this
sorry
last
that,
time.
I'm sorry that you
No,
had-
it's okay.
No, we're not too
Too bad
bad
we wanted
behind. We're not
No,
too bad.
this- no,
We're
the
seven-
Too
thing-
bad you could have been first on the
No,
agenda.
that's fine, that's fine.
So this is, he just needed us to sign the certificate of compliance again because a box hadn't been checked off. So it's just the certificate of compliance.
I put a motion that we sign the request for the certificate of compliance for 550, 560 Rapunzel.
And second,
Kim's thinking about it. She's like,
I'm going,
I'm not doing it.
I recognize the faces, let me think about it. I second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Well, I appreciate you guys doing it last time, and then we went to the registry of deeds, and then their lawyer was
Okay.
like, the box is not checked off.
Okay, are you going to be bringing this to the registry of deeds?
Tomorrow morning,
Okay,
I
I
am
just
so-
ask you bring back the original?
yes, to you?
Yes, because
Okay.
we need it for the files.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
All right, so I'll bring everything back to
Oh,
you
we
guys.
should put that in
tomorrow.
motion. We should put that in motion, make sure he brings it back.
Yes.
And we made sure different things were checked last time too, because didn't I make your photocopy for you? And I
Yes,
was
you
like,
did.
wait,
You did
I want to
awesome.
make sure this is
No,
all
you
correct,
did
blah, blah,
awesome,
blah.
and I
I'm like, what, you
appreciate
mean? She's
everything
back
you
here
guys
again.
did, and I was
That's what
like-
I was thinking about. I was like, oh no, they're back, what do we do?
No, and like a week later, the lawyer's like, they missed the box. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I yelled at the engineer, he's like, I never looked at it. I'm like,
You want to
Okay.
triple check this one and
No,
make
we're
sure?
good. We're
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Thank you for your
Thanks, guys.
patience.
I appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good
Want
night.
to do bills?
yes.
Motion to pay bills?
Good luck at the next meeting.
And
You sure you
second,
don't want to
Right.
come?
you want to second the motion to pay
I
bills?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Where are the bills?
And then,
That's something else, yeah, okay.
can we do our discussions the next meeting?
Yeah,
Does
because you
anybody
don't
mind?
feel, yeah.
I got nothing to discuss.
Okay.
Other than, can we add signing meeting minutes to our next
she's
meeting
got- yes.
since Deb left?
Yeah, and
This'll be,
I don't see the bills.
I have the
Peggy's gonna have the
Oh,
meetings
here's
ready
the
for us. Peggy's gonna have the meetings, ready for us to sign next meeting.
Okay, because I've been doing, as the secretary, I have all the draft minutes done since Debbie left.
Okay.
So, but I don't know about the ones
I think they're just watching the
previous to
videos.
that. Okay,
There you go.
yeah, because I asked downstairs, and with and was led to believe that it should be my responsibility as the secretary of the board.
No,
So,
they have the videos from Area 58, so they can just take it after that.
there's way too much misinformation that goes through town hall, and then you ask people in different areas, and then different things happen. It would be much easier for people like me who get in hot water and then do talk to selectmen and others to actually have like oversight and a plan and to know what the selectmen and stuff want, because Peggy's so busy too that doing the meetings since Deb's left,
Yeah. And
makes no sense to me when the others, when it can be easily be done until we get someone that's paid to do it.
well, the other thing too is I'm gonna, hopefully they'll be doing interviews for the secretary coming up in the next week or so. So hopefully we will have a secretary shortly.
Yeah, then we have to get approved for the agent, right? Town
Yes.
administrator.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
We make a
the
motion to
bills.
adjourn.
I put a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much for your help.